There's a look at one of the most iconic sports venues in the lower 48, built back in 1957 under the title of City Stadium. We are at Lambeau Field in Green Bay, Wisconsin. We all know this community lives for its Packers, and the green and gold came out of the tunnel a short time ago, and it was loud. We are ready for football, so are they, as the Packers get set to match up with the Denver Broncos.
Ready? 60 or. Come on in here. Come get some. Come get some. Come on. 6-6. Pull it high.
Now the young man who was a Pro Bowler as an undrafted rookie, it's Philip Lindsay. He's got this almost to the 40 before going out. Give him 14 yards there and a Denver first down. Well, we talked about Philip Lindsay so much last year, but it bears repeating. Undrafted in 2018, the Broncos would sign him in May, and that was a good decision. He would have a 1,000-yard season, 9 touchdowns en route to a Pro Bowl appearance. So from undrafted to playing in the Pro Bowl in 10 months, that's pretty clean living for Philip Lindsay. And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. So line of scrimmage still the 39 on 2nd and 10. Shotgun snap and a give to Lindsay. Second down, a little more productive than first. 7 yards on the gain. It gets him to 3rd and 3 now.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game.
Hey, high 7.
And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. Not at all what they envisioned on 3rd down. 3 yards in the wrong direction. On 4th down, here's Sam Martin on to kick it away. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. He'll look to set up his blockers. They'll get 9 yards on the return there following a punt of 42. And it'll be Packer football here. 1st down and 10. Rodgers will break the huddle and bring the Pack up 1st and 10 at their own 23.
26.
Throwing is Rodgers. He gets this to Devontae Adams. And he's able to get this one up to his 30 before he's out of bounds.
One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches. So as they move forward defensively, got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball in the secondary.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. To throw is Rodgers. He'll get this one into the hands of Lewis. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
They'll go with their leading rusher from a season ago. This is Aaron Jones. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
The last run got 9. That leaves him with 2nd and a yard.
Kill, kill, kill. Turn up. Kill, kill, kill. Turn up. Deuce. Switch. Check. Mike 51. Jim. Man, that's trash.
Rodgers with a give. It's Aaron Jones. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
After the run by Jones, here's 1st and 10.
You. Hey, Mike. Check. Lucky, 61. Matchbox, lights.
Rodgers. Almost able to intercept it. That's one he would have liked to have held on to on this first drive. Instead, 2nd down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10.
Hey, alert 3. Back one. Wide left. Watch twist. Hey, right. Check 24.
Out of the pistol to give to Jones. 1 yard the official pickup there, so it's going to set up 3rd and 9. Pretty good little 2-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or two because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
Say, Coco, over here. Jump out. Hey, box drop.
Throwing is Rodgers on 3rd down. Now look out, Rodgers lost the football.
On plays like this, when the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is a quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
First down, Broncos.
Ready up. 54. Mike 54. Recon 132 fighter.
This is Royce Freeman, second-year man from Oregon. Kenny Clark, the big D tackle there to make the stop.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
70, Indy. Check.
On second down, it's Lindsey. 3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on third down?
So many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. Oh, and the hard count might have got him. This might be a first down.
Let's go, baby.
Try to get one more in here before the quarter breaks.
Get that ball, Peter. Get that ball. Go.
And he will be out of bounds here on what will turn out to be the final play of this first quarter. We're scoreless after 1.
On the ready. 54, right there. 54, Mike. Hey, tight down. There you go. 80 weapons. Switch it, Peter. Switch it. Snap.
Here's a quick throw caught by Smith. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up third down.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
Gator. Hey, come on. Bravo. 58, Mike. Let's go, defense. Hey. Yep. Man up, D.
Block taking the snap at 1. He's got Smith here. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. It's a 7-yard gain and good enough to move the chains.
And the Broncos first down.
So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. On 1st and 10, it's Lindsey. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. A loss of 2 there, 2nd down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
Here comes the 8th play of the drive, and they need a full 10 yards on 3rd down. On 3rd down, here's Lindsey. And he's not going to get anywhere close to the marker as they'll stop him well short of the yellow line. 2 yards on the pickup there. It's 4th down.
Partner, that's another short run there, and I think the easy thing is to look at him right now and say, let's get away from him entirely to start throwing the football, but I don't think you ever entirely abandon the run. It helps set a tone for the game for you, keeps your offensive linemen feeling good about themselves, and it actually tamps down a defense's pressure because if you just throw it all the time, it's going to tee off with the pass rush.
Well, I tell you, I think by definition you won't get any closer to equaling the record than that.
Not at all. 64 yards end over end. And I think he's going to come up about a half a revolution short. And that could really have bounced either way.
Well, this offense got to be loving this. After the long missed field goal, they'll take over on the other side of the 50. 1st and 10. Now it's Rodgers. And that'll wind up incomplete. Trying to give his man room to run under it, but it's 2nd down.
Brandon, it looked like he had his hands on it for a moment, but let's face it, that was going to be a tough catch all the way because of the presence of the defense right there as he was trying to haul it in.
Yeah, nice job to force the incompletion. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Throwing again. Rodgers. It's caught here by Adams. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
In so many ways, throwing the hitch route is actually one of the safer things an offense can do. Get the ball out to the receiver as fast as possible, hope he's got man-to-man coverage, and hope that his athleticism wins on the perimeter.
They face a 3rd and 4 after that last completion gets them 6.
Hey, Haywood!
Shotgun now for Rodgers. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. And they'll play keep away from the returner as this one will be marked out of bounds at the 13-yard line. Pretty good spot.
Ready, break.
The Broncos onto the field ready to start their next drive. And the last go-around for them, they tried that really, really long field goal, couldn't connect.
And in retrospect, I think a lot of people would say, well, why would you try one that long? You hurt yourself in field position. The ball comes out, there. That only helps the other team. But I look at it as maybe it was a double shot of confidence. Confident the kicker could make it, and even if he missed, confident in their defense that they could hold it.
Now a pass dumped off to his running back, and he'll lose yardage and be down at the 7-yard line. Call it a loss of 6 on the play, and it'll be a 2nd and long.
Ready, 18, Gator.
On 2nd down, a run with Lindsey. And this will be a gain of right around 3 from the 7 out to the 10-yard line.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature and make sure you don't get hurt.
Shut up. Pilot, 64, read. Go. Ready?
On 3rd and long, it's locked. And unable to connect, incomplete. Now give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. And they won't get a chance to bring this one back. It goes out of bounds back near their own 20.
At their own 22-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on 3rd down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a 1st down and change our momentum?
2nd quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game. remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Now left side on the swing pass. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down. Rodgers now on first down.
That was a pretty favorable situation there. What would you call that? Second and manageable? Smart play, too. Didn't force it downfield when he didn't have it. Just checked it down, let him get the first down, and that's exactly what he did.
From the 34, they'll come to the line on 2nd and 10.
Here we go.
To throw is Rodgers. Going to throw again. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down.
Feels like they're getting caught in between here because they didn't completions on 1st and 2nd down. Now you got to worry a little bit about the clock because you prefer not to give them another shot here in the first half. But if you don't pick up the first down, guess what? You're likely going to have to.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions.
Check. Crunch. 45.
Rodgers to throw once more. He's got his man, Valdez-Scantling. 25 yards that time.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
Now a first down carry by Jones. And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Off the play fake to Jones. Here's Rodgers. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Tremaine Johnson. If you're a lover of offense, this has not been the half for you thus far. Luckily for me, though, I'm sitting next to a lover of defense, and we have had plenty of that, including that interception.
Yeah, and I mean, that still makes it a great game, doesn't it? Everybody talks about if the ball's not in the end zone and points going up on the board, it's not as much fun. I love these defensive battles. Something's got to give with these turnovers. Who can convert them into points?
Check 37. Check 37. You draw Corker.
On first down, Lindsey. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because when they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. Could we get a touchdown in this first half after all? It's 1st and 10. A give running right, Lindsey. Josh Jackson, the former Iowa Hawkeye, made the play defensively. Now the Broncos going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the 2nd quarter.
Here we go. 8, read. 6 guys. Check 6 guys. 6-6, bullet high. Check 91. 91 is the Mike. Mike 91. You don't want none, baby. You don't want none. Hey. Now.
On 2nd down now, it's Lindsey. So a nice job to break the 1 tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. On 3rd down, it's Lindsey. And he gets this down to the 18, good enough for a first down. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. This just a 35-yard attempt from the left hash. The kick by McManus is good. And we have action on the scoreboard just before halftime. It's 3-0. So we've hit halftime. Just a field goal separating these two teams at the break. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. These offenses seemingly still back at the hotel for the first half. 3-0 our score as the second half gets underway. This will be taken very short. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30.
First and 10 at their own 31-yard line.
About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. And with the way this offense has played thus far, to be frank, they got to feel pretty grateful to be in the ball game.
I would agree with you totally because they've done all of nothing offensively in this game, yet they still find themselves where a touchdown can give them the lead. They need to take advantage of it.
Yeah, they're still looking for that first touchdown here in the third quarter. All they have so far, the field goal.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
They'll go again to Jones. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Give him 10 there, good enough for a Packer first down. Couple of very nice carries to start this drive out.
Yeah, 2 first downs. And how about that second one? What a nice run on that particular play. I'm telling you, they're
nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Von Miller, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year.
Hindsight is 20/20, partner. Maybe they should have kept it on the ground again.
Well, it almost looked like the O-line was run blocking again. I mean, they opened up a big hole last time. This time they opened up a hole, and the quarterback got sacked. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18.
Hey, leg, line left.
Out of the shotgun, it's Jones. And nothing doing here as this time the run maybe gets him back to the line of scrimmage, but that's it. No gain on the play this time, and it'll be a 3rd and long situation coming up.
Mike, here we go. 52, 58. Go to 50. Hey, you block over here. 52.
Set the tone, defense. Set the tone, defense. Let's go.
Hey, 88. 58.
On 3rd and long, it's Rodgers. And he gets it to Funchess complete. And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 41-yard line.
That's good for Packers. First down. 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line.
So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory at the 41.
You ready? 49. Check 49.
Working from the gun, Rodgers. And lucky to get away with one there. That one nearly picked. 2nd down.
The man's getting a little loose with the football there, right? Interception before, almost had one here. He's got to start taking better care of it.
Yeah, really should have been back-to-back drives with interceptions. He's lucky there. Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41. Rodgers now throwing again toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. Tremaine Johnson that time there to force the incompletion.
We've seen these defenses make enough opportunistic plays to keep this one low scoring. Flying around, making plays on the ball, and we see yet another errant throw as a result.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
And the blitz does come. And it's knocked away and incomplete. They have not gotten him going at all. Tried to spark something there with a longer throw, unable to complete it.
But you have to keep trying. He's one of their best playmakers. No matter what it says on the scoreboard, you're always trying to get him the football.
And I tell you what, he got it from 58. That had lots of leg behind it. So they come away from this opening drive in the 3rd quarter with only 3, but it does draw them even.
Yeah, and that has to be job 1, doesn't it? A touchdown definitely would have been nice. We know that. But here, you get back on even terms, and now you've got most of the second half to try and get yourself into a position to win.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground with Lindsey. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down. A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13.
Switch. 61. Matchbox lights. Clear. Check 26. Check 26. Be careful.
They'll go again with Lindsey. Takes this to the 27. Give him 4 yards.
That's a really good job right there. Just kept stringing that play out, pushing further and further towards the sideline. Really good fundamentals by that defense.
He was trying to put his foot in the ground and turn upfield. He just couldn't.
No, they really had a picket fence in front of him. No room to find to get upfield.
Now let's see the Packers defensively 6 DBs, so a dime look on 3rd.
Could play coverage or bring pressure.
58, right over there. Yeah. Mike, 58, right there.
Throwing his lock on 3rd down. The open man is Smith. Denver has the 1st down, to play going for 15 yards.
A gain of 15.
Nice catch right there. Brings to mind the sentence, when in doubt, find your veterans.
He used to laugh back in the day when they would call guys like him crafty veterans. You get up in your 30s, you're still playing receiver, but you're around that long at that position, you're doing something right.
Just remember this, when he was young, he thought the crafty veteran was simply a guy who couldn't run anymore. Now he understands a little bit better.
Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down.
2nd and 6 at the 45-yard line.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Back to the ground, this time with Freeman. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield after a gain of about 4.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
Hey, Wahoo! Hey.
Locke going to try and throw on 3rd down. And he locates Walker, complete. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Denver has a 1st down on the 15-yard play.
1st down, Denver.
Well, sometimes our pregame meetings do pay off, don't they? What do the guys in the locker room call him?
Well, they said it with a chuckle. They called him Old Reliable.
Yeah, that means he doesn't move quite as fast as he used to, but he still knows all the tricks, doesn't he? Even that little gentle push-off in order to get open, he finds a way to pick up a 1st down.
Nothing doing. Barely able to muster a yard to hit the 35.
The tackle made by Christian Kirksey. 1 yard gain brings up 2nd and 9 at the 35-yard line.
And now it's second down, but here's the field goal team out onto the field. From the left hash, this will be a 52-yard attempt. Back now at Lambeau. All even as we get ready to start the fourth. Back now at Lambeau. It's been a tight, low-scoring affair thus far. 3-3 is our score heading into the fourth.
Come on, set, 50, play. 54, right, 54. There it goes, there it goes. Let's go.
And once again, not much running room, if any at all. Back-to-back stops make it 3rd and 10.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
The Broncos on 3rd down. They've hit 4 of 7. This is 3rd and 10.
Look at me, zipper. Watch the screen, watch the screen. Go.
From the gun on 3rd down, Locke. He'll let this go deep for Sutton. And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
They're still looking for their first touchdown of the game, and for a second, I thought they had it right there.
Looking on the sideline, it's finally good to see nods of approval as a welcome sign of life that this offense needed. A field goal could get them the lead, but it might not be enough here as they come up on 1st and goal. They'll run with Lindsey, and he goes backwards on this one, losing yardage to the 7. That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to 2nd down. Now from the 7, here's 2nd and goal. It's a give to Freeman running right. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down.
Partner, I know we're in a goal-to-go situation, but my goodness, think about running the ball here. Not even a thought, is it?
Defensively, they're in a prime spot.
And I think the defensive guys are probably expressing themselves to them as well. I wouldn't run it here, guys. You might want to try throwing it.
They've been stuffed twice here for losses. Now it's 3rd and goal. And after all that, he's going to get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. Call it no gain on the play, so no help there. And now 4th and goal. So the field goal unit is on the field as this is a big spot right here. This to break our 4th quarter tie. And McManus able to put it through. And they will take the lead here in this battle of field goals at 6-3. Well, we still wait on the first touchdown of the game, but a second field goal now makes it a 6-3 score.
Yeah, I know a lot of people would call this the definition of winning ugly. To me, this is gorgeous. I'm a defender, right? I love these kind of games. The tension is high. Who's going to make the play to win it? And right now, that field goal may be the advantage they need.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted, and we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. Here's Jones. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 11 yards and a Green Bay Packer first down.
We'll definitely see some open running lanes, and he's taking advantage of it right now, but that shouldn't be a surprise. Defense has the lead. They're playing for the pass first.
They'll run on first down. Jones. The tackle made that time by Bryce Callahan.
Partner, I think from our experience together, we have learned that most offensive coordinators are going to tell you, if I'm going to run the football on first down, I've got to get at least 4 yards. They got 5 here. They got to feel pretty good about that one.
Check it back, check it back. Watch the ship, watch the ship. Hey, watch the ship, watch the ship.
50. Hey, Charlie.
Second and 5 now. Rodgers. Complete to Jones. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. You're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Rodgers going to try and throw on third down. Flushed out right. Complete. This is Lewis. Less than 2 to play with just a field goal separating these two sides. So it's Packer football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Rodgers' throw is taken in by Jones. It'll be a 2-yard gain, and that'll bring up second down. Aaron Rodgers, 3 fourth-quarter comebacks last year. That's the most he's had in one season in his entire career, and he's going to need another one right now. And that's complete to Adams. And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 14.
All right, let's just put it on the table real quick here. This is 2-minute drill. You got to know they're looking for their number 1 receiver.
Yeah, you think they'd be ready for that? That time they weren't. Finally, a first red zone opportunity for these guys. It's first and 10 at the 14. And he goes backwards here, losing yardage back to the 16. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down. A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's second and 12. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
I know they got a little yardage there, but I'm not sure their investment is right. They're still running the football, and I'm not sure there's enough time to continue to do that.
A nickel set defensively for the Broncos here on third down. Now Rodgers to the goal line, but it's incomplete. Another good drive, Charles, but it looks like another that might end in a field goal try.
They've made some nice plays. They've given themselves opportunities, but as you noted, another field goal attempt coming up. And that's not how they want to end drives. They've got to figure out what's the final touch that they need to push it across the goal line.
Yeah, still yet to find the end zone. So in the final minute, they turn it over to their kicker to get him back to even, and he does not disappoint.
Brandon, do you think the pressure ever gets to this guy? Because I sure don't. That was pretty smooth right there. But I tell you, he better not rest on his laurels because there's a good chance they may need him again if this game goes to overtime.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They have a little bit of time here to get into field goal range. Not much. A tie game, you don't want to do anything crazy, right?
I agree with you on that one. Risk-reward, okay? If you go for it, what is the absolute reward on this? But the risk is probably greater. Run the clock out, get to overtime, and try and win it there.
All right, we'll see if they do just that. Once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on second and 10. Here's a give to Lindsey running right. A nice job to get 8 there after the incompletion, and now they'll look at a 3rd and 2 coming up. So 4 quarters wasn't enough, and we are off to overtime. Don't change it. And here in overtime, if the team that receives the ball scores a touchdown, it's over. If they don't, we can still have some more football.
That's exactly right. If they go down and kick a field goal, the other team gets a possession to either match it or score a touchdown to win the ball game. If both teams kick field goals, the next team to score wins. But if the receiving team throws a pick six or fumbles the ball and it gets picked up by the defense and they score, the game is over at that point.
And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. Meanwhile, in Foxborough, there in the fourth quarter, the Jets have now taken a lead late over the Patriots. A win would be their first of the young season. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They're set for their first drive here in overtime, and this is where the crowd can really become a factor.
They've had to battle it all day, but I know what you're saying. In overtime, that gets doubled, doesn't it? At least, because now the crowd really wants to be involved and help their team, and that first drive can dictate the whole thing because they know if this team takes it downfield and scores a touchdown, it's game over.
It's been loud in here so far. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Another run by Lindsey. Trying to bounce it outside, but he's only able to get it back to the line of scrimmage. Calling no gain that time as it's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 3 to go. So a big play in this opening drive of overtime. Now looking at a 3rd and 3.
Go! Ready?
First throw of overtime for Locke. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. There for the sack, Iverson Griffin. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
And here now the punter, Martin, booming this one away. This is taken at about the 14. Might have needed just one more block as it stands. 37-yard return. And the Packers will have a short field to work with here as they take over 1st and 10.
Quarterback, don't get nervous now. We ain't beginning to tear you up.
On first down, Jones. And he breaks through another tackle. There he goes left side. And he's into the end zone for the touchdown and the game winner in OT. Now, partner, a great game that we got to see and making it extra special. Not only did I get 4 quarters with you in this one, I got some overtime, a little whipped cream on top.
Look at you, trying to make this whole thing palatable.
I just want you to pay for my meal later.
You really just wanted 4 quarters, what you wanted. But how much fun was that? We had that type of a game where we got us to overtime, and then we get the dramatic ending to finish things off.